What's going on, everyone? I'm Brad with Despite Fitness. This is Nat. She's over here catching up on her mobile gaming. There's a couple of games we like to play.
Yeah.
She's getting her rounds for today in. Okay, so today is a speed bench day. It is Tuesday, March 15th. We're gonna be doing speed work. I think we might do some chain stuff. Yeah, I think some chain work on top of that would be good today. And then winning warm up, we're going to be doing rope extensions. So just a rope tricep extension. Excuse me. We're going to be doing a Viking press, which is Nat's super favorite.
I saw it when you were writing it. I was like, maybe this is why he's doing it, because I pissed him off earlier.
She didn't piss me off earlier. Just she wanted me to multitask, and I'm not very good at multitasking. I have a philosophy that multitasking is just doing a couple things badly all at once. So I'm not a very good multitasker, and I don't think many people really are. But that's just my humble opinion. So the Viking press, because Nat loves it, and it's gonna be awesome. So something different, something that we've never done today. Never done today. Certainly haven't done it today, but never done it before. We're gonna be doing the rolling thunder. So pick out a weight that'll be of sufficient difficulty, and do 25-second holds with the rolling thunder. I think that'll be kind of interesting. Plus, stimulating that grip I think is good for the benching, kind of teaching you to crush and squeeze. So hopefully the little bit of grip work that we're adding in here will pay off in overall, grip strength. That's the hope. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. And then throw in some dumbbell curls just to kind of balance out the arm development. Don't want to be terribly one-sided on our arm development.
Nope.
Got to have some symmetry.
Symmetry.
And then there's symmetry.
Symmetry.
I just totally made that up. I don't know why I did it. So it felt right though. Felt so right. So that's it, guys. We're just here kind of getting after it. Getting to start here about 6 p.m. So hopefully with it being a speed day, we can kind of get through it. But first, I got to run. Like literally, I literally have to run, and I'm going to run half mile. So without any further ado, I got to get my jog on. Here we go.
We the best, no contest. My clique is the best. We the best. There ain't no one like, cause of you dumb or you crazy. There's no way, G. Me and my clique, we handling biz while you and your clique just act fugazi. You couldn't persuade me to give a damn, it just don't faze me. I got my Xbox, she can't play me. Money in a text box, I get paid. We the best. We the best. No contest. My clique is the best. We the best. For the wicked, I'm bad and I'm blessed. Put it to the test. For the rest, there ain't no contest. So what's next? Got me leveling up, I'm obsessed. I bring the fire like I'm possessed. My personnel and my clique is the best. There ain't no contest. There ain't no one like, cause of you dumb or you crazy. There's no way, G. Me and my clique, we handling biz while you and your clique just act fugazi. You couldn't persuade me to give a damn, it just don't faze me. I got my Xbox, she can't play me. Money in a text box, I get paid. We the best. We the best. We the best. No contest. My clique is the best. We the best. We the best. We the best. No contest. My clique is the best. We the best. We the best. We the best. No contest. My clique is the best. We the best. We the best. We the best. No contest. My clique is the best. We the best.
Someone messed up.
I knew what I meant. Oops. Anyway. So that's it. I'm actually really excited about today's session. you know, it's kind of hard to get excited about speed days, I think sometimes. And I don't know how you guys feel at home, if you follow the same kind of conjugate style that I tend to follow. But for me, sometimes the dynamic effort days kind of feel like blah, right? It's just kind of like the doldrums. So sometimes it's just kind of getting it done. In fact, I'd say frequently it's more just kind of getting it done. It tends to be a lighter day in the week, so it's a little bit easier to sustain. Sometimes if I'm a little bit more beat up from the heavier stuff, it's a bit of a reprieve. But I very rarely find myself like all excited about a speed day. Today I was kind of excited to get in and do some training just because I wanted to do some training. So my mentality was already there, which was good. And then the workout was good, you know, Nat and I had a good time, kind of laughing and joking and having some fun while we were training. Just keeping it pretty lighthearted and goofing around. You know, throwing that rolling thunder in there, I think was an interesting element, something that we've never done before. You know, holding that for time. I bit off more than I can chew by throwing on the 135. I got it for the first round, but by the second round, that was a no-go. So I dropped it down to 90 pounds and did 90 pounds and I was able to sustain that for the remainder of the sets. Nat, what did you think of the rolling thunder roll into
I like it.
Well, you can go ahead and get yourself on camera there. People want to see you sometimes. So what'd you think?
I like it. I like the rolling thunder. I think it's really good for grippies. It's not fun when Brad decides to put his foot on it and try to weigh you down a little. But guess what? I held it.
Persevere, even though our training partner's a dick. Yeah, so it was good. You know, just like you said, having a little bit of fun, mostly at Nat's expense.
Thanks.
But yeah, just kind of rolling through it. The way that we ran this, it was I go, she goes. I wait till she's done with the movement before I move on to the next one. And so I was waiting. I could have kind of sped along, but I think kind of staying close in sync for what we're doing too tends to help because it kind of pushes us both, right? Or if I just tear off ahead of her and I end up catching back around to her on the back of the next cycle, you know, it tends to it tends to drag you out a little bit more and not quite as motivated, I think. So just kind of waiting for one another and kind of doing it together. One gave a little bit more time to breathe, and then two just kind of kept us both engaged. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And then moving into the speed work, I wanted to change it up a bit. We did do the chains. We only did one chain, so 15 pounds per side with the chain weight, and then did the American grip cambered bar as a bit of a variant for just a straight bar. And that felt good. I was real pleased with the speed for today. In fact, I probably could have, maybe even should have gone a little bit more on the straight bar weight by adding, say, like a 10 or a 5, or maybe even another 10 pounds per side. But it's okay. I think having that overspeed was okay because I was really focusing on pushing as hard as I could and just trying to create that explosivity. And that too, doing that. One thing as a kind of a final tip on the end of this video here with the speed work. Speed work, it needs to be fast, but it also needs to be in control. So one thing that I noticed, Nat, if you kind of catch me from the side a little bit. So one thing I noticed that as Nat was coming down, sometimes she was coming down and not totally under control. So when she came down to the bottom, sometimes the arms slipped down like this. And so then in order to drive, she had to kind of get her elbows back under the weight and then drive. And that little bit of balance tended to slow her down quite a lot. So it slowed her down by a whole 0.10 meters per second every single time that happened. And toward the middle of the working sets there, I just mentioned to her, hey, you know, keep it under control. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the eccentric isn't quite as important in terms of the speed as the concentric, right? So if moving a little bit more slowly to keep it under control is of benefit, then I think that's good. But you should seek to move as quickly as you can control. And so you don't want to allow that bar to get out of control, and because then it'll kind of screw with your ability to make the return on that concentric portion. So just something to think about if you're doing your speed work, maintaining that control so that you're ready and poised to blast into that concentric phase is pretty critical. And if you're off balance, you can't do it. So yeah, I think that's it. Probably leave you with that little tip there. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop in the chat box below. I will respond. I want to thank you for your continued support on the channel. It means the world. Thank you so much for making the channel what it is today and helping it grow kind of every day. I really do appreciate that. If you want to continue to support the channel, you know, introducing it to friends, subbing if you haven't, and then checking out some of the links below. Amazon affiliate link helps the channel, as well as, you know, I'm hooking up with some Train Despite merch that also helps the channel as well. So if you want to help support, all those things are good ways to do it. Or even just word of mouth. Tell some friends and family about the channel. That also make a big difference for us as well. Remember, guys, no matter what it is you think you can't do, even if you're not excited about getting in and getting the sessions done, every session matters, but it's never going to happen if you don't get it in and Train Despite. You're either going to find an excuse, you're going to find a way, and I hope that you guys continue to find the way. Nat's sticking out her tongue, trying to distract me from my outro, but it didn't work this time. Nat, I win. Ha! Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Birdie, 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 birdie. We the best, no contest. My clique is the best. We the best. There ain't no one like cause of you dumb or you crazy. There's no way, G. Me and my clique, we handling biz while you and your clique just act fugazi. You couldn't persuade me to give a damn, it just don't faze me. I got my Xbox, she can't play me. Money in a text box, I get paid. We the